Hi, I'm Ron Verostek. I own Verostek Tax and Financial, and I'm the author of the book Financially Intact. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the new IRA rules. So, it's called the Secure Act. It was passed through Congress and signed into law on December 20th of 2019. It's a good law all in all. A few financial advisors, so-called financial advisors, are saying it's basically a travesty. We'll get to that near the end and explain why they say that. But all in all, I think it's a good law. First part of the law says that it used to be once you turned 70 and a half, you had to start taking distributions. They were called RMDs, required minimum distributions, and you had to take those for the rest of your life. Well, now they've changed that. If you turn 70 and a half after December 31st of 2019, then you get to go by the new law, and the new law says you don't have to start taking money out until you're age 72. Now, if you did turn 70 and a half before December 31st, then you still have to abide by the old rules. But this is going to affect a whole lot of people, and it's a good rule. A lot of people don't want to start taking their money out until later on. People are living longer and longer, and that's part of the reason why they did this. So by starting later, hopefully the money is going to last longer and it's going to work better for most people. So that's a good part of the law. The second part of the law is if you're still working, you can now keep putting money into your IRA. Once again, it used to be once you turned 70 and a half and you were taking money out of your IRA, you can no longer put money into an IRA. Well, they've done away with that. So long as you're working and making enough money to cover what you're putting into the IRA, you can still keep putting money into the IRA. Now you might say to me, well, does it really make any sense to be putting money in when you're taking money out? And I would say yes, in most cases. Now, if your income's fairly small, basically $12,000 or less, and you're not paying any taxes on that income anyway because of the new standard deductions, then of course it doesn't make sense to put money into an IRA because you're not getting any benefit from it. But so long as you're making more than that $12,000 and you are paying income taxes on your income, they may as well take the benefit. And then once again, yeah, you have to take money out of your IRA if you're 72, and should you be putting money in when you're also taking it out? And so long as you can put more in than what you're taking out, you will benefit from it. It's kind of like getting that money out of your IRA tax-free because you get to write off the amount that you're putting in. So this is another good rule because a lot more people are working to later and later years, especially the self-employed people. And so it's a nice tax break for them to be able to keep putting money into their IRAs. Number 3, this one's a nice one. This is a nice part of the law. Part-time employees can now participate in 401ks. Now they define part-time employee as somebody who works more than 1,000 hours. Since a normal full-time job is considered at 2,080 hours, you're working basically about half-time. That's nice. Anybody's working at least 1,000 hours, they can now participate in the 401ks. And if their employer is matching that, it's crazy not to do it because that's basically free money when the employers are matching it. So I think that's another really nice benefit of this new law, the Secure Act. Now here's the part the others are complaining about. There no longer will be anything called a stretch IRA. What a stretch IRA was is that when the IRA owner passed away, the beneficiaries, if they weren't the spouse, the beneficiaries could take the distributions on those IRAs over the beneficiary's lifetime. And so they were stretching out those payments way past the time of when the original IRA owner died, sometimes more than one generation. And so they're saying that's bad, but they still give you 10 years to get the money out. So you may not be able to stretch it out for 20 or 30 years, but you can take it out over a 10-year period of time. Most people, and I do mean most people, usually those IRA accounts are emptied within a year or two anyway. So the 10 years is actually quite sufficient for most people. Now the super rich people, the people who had $1 million, $2 million in their IRAs and they would never use that up through their lifetimes, those are the ones who it's going to affect adversely. Now the financial planners and some of the others are complaining, oh, this is the worst law ever, they're stealing your IRA money and all of that. But that's pretty much selfishness on their part. They want to keep managing those funds because they make a percentage off those funds every year. So they'd like to see that thing last for 20, 30, 40 years because they keep making their money. As far as most people are concerned, this isn't going to hurt them any. And when I look overall at how many people are going to benefit from this law as compared to the few that are going to be affected adversely, all in all, it's been a good law, and it was a bipartisan law for a change, which that's also nice to see in this day and age. So that's basically it about the new IRA rules. I do want to remind you, if you're seeing this on Facebook, give us a like. If you're seeing it on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe if you want to know when we're doing other videos. Speaking of other videos, we do our classes. If you'd like to learn more about these things and other parts of the economy, we're doing our Economy 2020 series. It happens the first Monday of every month. The next one coming up is February 3rd. They happen at 6:50 p.m. and this next one is at Perkins Restaurant here in Longmont, Colorado. It's about 20th and Main Street. We only have about 4 spots left to fill at that particular, we call them classes. They're interactive educational meetings is what we actually call them. So if you'd like to participate or like to learn more about the economy and how things are working, especially currently, then give us a call. The office number is 303-776-0867. Bye and see you soon.